Hi everyone, welcome to JavaTechie. In this tutorial, we'll understand Kafka producer and consumer workflow in detail using command line interface. Okay, alright. So before I start explaining the things, I am assuming that you have gone through my Kafka components and architecture video. If not, then I would strongly suggest you to check that particular video, then come back to this one. So if you'll go to my YouTube channel, you can find a video called Apache Kafka components and architecture. So you must have to watch this particular video before you jump to the current one. Okay, I'll share the link in video description so that you guys can refer it. Basically, to understand this complete PubSub workflow, we need to play with all the Kafka components like topic, partition, replication factor, producer and consumer. So I believe this tutorial will definitely give you good knowledge on Kafka internal. Okay. Now let's get our hands dirty on Kafka command line interface. So without any further delay, let's get started. So we already downloaded Kafka binary distribution, right? Now what next? First we need to create or start a Kafka ecosystem. For that, we need to start a Kafka server or broker, okay? But to manage this Kafka server, we need a manager which is Zookeeper. So the steps we need to follow: start the Zookeeper, then next we need to start the Kafka server or broker. Once you have the Kafka ecosystem ready with you, then we can start producer and consumer. Since we are playing with command line interface, we'll use the command to create producer and consumer for now. But in my upcoming session, I will create two different applications for producer and consumer. Okay, cool. Next, producer wants to send a message to the consumer, but they can't directly communicate with each other. So we need another component called topic, so that producer can push the message to the topic and consumer can consume it. Okay, once you have created the topic, next you can define n number of partitions to distribute the load coming from producer. For example, let's say my producer wants to send 10 messages, then those messages will distribute to all three partitions, assigning with offset number. So while creating a topic, you need to specify the partition count. You need to take the decision based on the load coming to your application, how many partition will be perfect fit for your topic. Okay, that decision you need to take while creating the topic. Once a message reaches to the partition, then immediately whoever consumer listen to it, they can happily consume it. So this is the typical producer and consumer flow. We'll follow the same steps to deep dive further. Okay, so using the command line interface, we'll start the Zookeeper Kafka server, we'll create the topic, then I will show you how you can define the partition. Then also we'll understand how the bulk message is being distributed to the multiple partition and how it is being consumed by the consumer. Okay, so to play with the command line interface, you need to go to the folder where you install the Kafka. So it is there in my download folder. I have created a folder called softwares. Inside this, I have kept these two Kafka. Okay, so I'll show you how we can do using Kafka. Also, I will demonstrate how we can do using the Confluent Kafka. Okay, cool. So first step, what we understand? First, we need to start the Zookeeper, right? Then you need to start the Kafka server. So what you can do, go to the folder, then go to the Kafka, open a new terminal. Fine. Then I will also create couple of terminal. Just go here, new terminal. Fine. Let's go with these three. Let me minimize this. Okay. Fine. So first I need to start the Zookeeper. So how can I start the Zookeeper? You need to fire the command. So there is a shell script file you will find inside the Kafka bin directory. So if you will go inside Kafka, if you go inside bin, you can find here something called Zookeeper server-start.sh. Okay, So what we can do, we'll run this particular command. So this is inside bin folder, zookeeper start server start.sh. Okay. Now to start the zookeeper, it needs to read the zookeeper.properties file. So again, if you'll go inside the config, you'll find a property called zookeeper.properties. Can you see here? This properties, it needs to start the zookeeper server. So you just need to simply give the path of it. It is inside config. Let me zoom this for you. It is inside config and the file name is zookeeper.properties file. Now just enter it. It will take few seconds to start the zookeeper, and the default port it will run 2181. Okay, so I can show you that. Let me filter it 2181. Can you see here? The default port is 2181. Now, as per the presentation, we understand after start the zookeeper, we need to start the Kafka server. So go to another terminal. Let me use the second one. Here you need to start the Kafka server. How can we start the Kafka server? Again, if you will go and check in your bin folder, you can find something called Kafka server start.sh. This is the shell script file. If you are using Windows, you can go inside the Windows and you can search for Kafka. Where is the Kafka server? Yeah, this one. You can run this Kafka-server start.batch file. Okay. Since I'm in the Windows, sorry, I'm in the Mac, I'm using the sh file. So just go to the terminal and just run. It is inside bin. Okay. Kafka-server start.sh, and to start the Kafka server, it needs to read the properties file called server.properties. So if you'll go inside the properties file or config folder, you will find something called server.properties. Okay, so you need to give this properties file to start the Kafka server. So again, give the path config slash server.properties. Just enter it. Yeah, it take few seconds to start your Kafka server. Now to check which port this Kafka server is running, you can filter something 9092. Can you see here? This is the default port of Kafka server. So just keep a note. The default port of zookeeper is 2181 and Kafka server or broker is 9092. Okay, so that's it. Now our Kafka ecosystem is ready. Now what is the next step? If you understand correctly, then the next step, producer and consumer need to communicate with each other using the topic. So you need to create a topic and we need to specify the partition and replication factor. Okay, so to run a topic, again I will take the help from this command line interface. Okay, now if you go inside the bin folder, you will find something Kafka-topic.sh. Okay, so what I can do, I'll just run here. I need to go inside bin, then Kafka-topic.sh. Also, I need to tell here while creating the topic, I need to give my bootstrap server host and port. When I say bootstrap server, it's about your Kafka server. Okay, now I'll define bootstrap strap.server. My bootstrap server is running on host localhost and port is 9092. This is where my Kafka server is up and running, right? So let me make this wide so that we can type in a single line. Okay, I have ran the Kafka-topic.sh and I am giving where is my Kafka server is up and running. The host is localhost and port is 9092. Now what action you want to do? I want to create a topic. Okay, and what is the topic name you want to give? Let's say I want to give JT topic, or let's give a valid name JavaTechie underscore or hyphen topic. Okay, now how many partition you want to define? So if you won't define anything, it will take the default partition as a 1, but you have option to define n number of partition. So as of now I just want to define 3 partition. Okay, partition count equal to 3. Now how many copy you want to keep? That is called replication factor, right? Since we are running on a single broker, so let's keep the replication factor as 1. So you can define replication factor equal to 1. So there is nothing complex to remember this command or this particular command whatever we have typed here. I am just running my topic by giving the information where is my Kafka server is up and running, by defining the host and port, and what action you want to perform. I want to create a topic and the name of the topic is JavaTechie topic, and the number of partition I want to assign as 3 to this particular topic, and I want to keep a single clone of this particular broker. So that is the reason I have defined replication factor as 1. Now click on enter. So the mistake we have done, we no need to add the dot, it need to be hyphen. Okay, so let me zoom this for you. Now let me drag this. Yeah, now let me enter it. Can you see here? It created the topic JavaTechie topic. You can define n number of topic if you want. So let me create another topic, topic 1. Okay, now we have created 2 topic. So to list down all the topic available inside your Kafka server, what you can do, you can simply run bin, same command kafka topic.sh. In this particular server, just give me the list of topic. Okay, so I can happily copy this command, then you can run it here and just ask him to give me the list of topic. Now if you will enter, we'll find the 2 topic, JavaTechie topic 1. Now if you want to describe this topic to know what is the number of partition, replication factor, who is the leader. So if you want to describe this topic, that is also straightforward. You can run a command. So what you can do, run the same command and ask him to describe the topic name. So I just want to describe JavaTechie topic. Okay, this is what the topic name we have, right? I just want to describe this. Run it. What is the error? Okay, I need to define that I want to describe a topic, right? So describe, then you can tell him what you want to describe. I want to describe topic. There is something wrong. I might be doing some spelling mistake. Let's see. Kafka-topic.sh bootstrap server 9092. Okay, I don't want this list because I want to describe. So this is the mistake. You need to understand this particular command. Okay, you just no need to remember it. Just understand what you want to perform. Okay, now just enter it. Can you see here? Okay, let me take the background as different. Fine. Now if you observe here, the topic name is this and the number of partition we have defined 3, 0, 1 and 2. Okay, and replica is 0. So you can see here partition count equal to 3, replication factor equal to 1. There is no additional config given, so this is empty. Okay, you can describe the topic if you want. And also we have defined the number of partition. So we are done up to the creation of topic and defining the partition. Now we want to play with the producer and consumer. So since we are playing with the command line interface, I will run the consumer and producer application using the command line interface or using the command. Okay, so we'll run the producer, we'll push some message to the topic and we'll see whether it is being consumed by the consumer or not. Next step, we'll push bulk number of messages from the producer to the topic and we'll see whether the bulk messages is being getting distributed to the different partition or not. How we can monitor those things? We have installed the offset explorer, right? So what I can do, I will open the offset explorer. So what you can do here, very simple step. You just need to create a connection. And to create a connection, you just need to give a name of your cluster and where is your zookeeper is up and running and port of your zookeeper. So to not confuse you, what I will do, I will create a new connection. Let's say JT, I'll give the cluster name JT-con, okay, localhost 2181. Everything it will take by default, okay. So I'll give JavaTechie-new, that's it. Click on test, yes. Now if I'll open this, I have the connection to the cluster so that I can monitor everything going on this specific cluster. Okay. Now if I'll expand this, how many topic we can see here? JavaTechie topic and JavaTechie topic 1. So this is the two topic we created and we can able to see inside this particular zookeeper. Okay. Now if you will go and click on the data and if you will hit this particular thing, there is no data is getting filtered. If we will check the topic 1, there is no data, right? We want to push the data and we want to verify whether it is going to the topic or not. If it is going to the topic, then we will verify whether it is being consumed by a consumer or not. Okay, so what we can do quickly, we just need to start a producer and then we just need to start a consumer. Fine. So what we can do to start a producer, you will find something called Kafka console producer.sh given by the Kafka binary. Go inside the bin and if you will search here, can you see here? There is something called Kafka console producer.sh to just kicked up a producer application and Kafka console consumer.sh to run this command to behave as a consumer. Okay, so we'll run these two command. Okay, so what you can do, go to the terminal, this guy. Now I'll clear everything. What I want to do here, I want to okay, I'll minimize these two. Okay, we started the zookeeper and we started the Kafka server. Let's minimize it. Now to make it clear, I'm just running the producer application here. So you just need to run, go inside bin Kafka console, right? Console hyphen producer dot sh and then you need to give all the list of Kafka server available. Okay, so you can define broker hyphen list. Currently we have a single broker which is running on localhost 9092, but in real time you can find n number of brokers, right? So that is the reason you need to define them inside this list. Now to which topic you want to push your messages from producer, you need to define that topic name. So our topic name is JavaTechie hyphen topic. Okay, that's it, just enter it. Now it is asking you to push some messages. So we can push the messages and we can verify in the Kafka Offset Explorer. But meanwhile, let me start the consumer application so that parallelly we can push the messages from here. It will go to the topic, then consumer will consume from it. So I want to demonstrate the complete PubSub flow. So what I'll do, I'll open a new terminal to start a consumer. So go here and I just want to open a new terminal. To start a consumer, what you can do, go inside bin, then simply let me zoom this for you. go inside bin, then run Kafka console consumer.sh. Okay, now where is your bootstrap to whom you want to listen? You can define bootstrap hyphen server which is running on port localhost 9092, and to which topic you want to listen. I want to listen from the topic JavaTechie hyphen topic. Whether you want to listen from the beginning, if yes, just define I want to listen from beginning. Okay, don't do any spelling mistake while typing the command, otherwise it will give you the error. Fine. Now let's run this consumer. There is no messages being showing here. So what I'll do to make it simple, let me split into the two terminal so that we can see whether what we are sending we are able to receive it from the consumer or not. So let me split these two tab. Cool. Now the left side is my producer and the right side is my consumer, and they both can connected using this particular topic JavaTechie hyphen topic. Okay, producer is publishing to this topic and my consumer also listening to this particular topic. If you'll do the spelling mistake in the syntax or in the command, it won't work. So let's see whether we are correct or not. Let me send some messages. Hi, can you see here? We are able to see the messages in right side. Let me zoom this for you. Let me send something hello. We can see here. Let me send something JavaTechie. We can see here. Let's send welcome. Let me some random number. Okay. So this is my producer application. From producer I am sending the messages. Okay, and this is the right part is my consumer. Let me minimize. Right part is my consumer. He is able to consume it. Now whether this message is being passed through the topic or not, how we can verify? Go to the offset explorer. Now just refresh your topic. Okay, we have these two topic JavaTechie topic and topic 1, but we are dealing with this JavaTechie topic and there is a consumer offset. Okay, I mean it will just assign the offset and it will just set up to what your consumer read. Okay, now what I want to show you, I want to show you the data in this topic JavaTechie topic. Just run it. Can you see here how many messages we have sent? 5 messages. So the offset count being getting increased by 1, 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, and all the messages what we have been sent to this particular topic. Now from this topic consumer is able to listen the messages and we can able to see here, right? Now if you will deep dive one step ahead, this particular topic we have created the partitions. How many partitions we have created? 3, 0, 1 and 2. Now if you check the messages in the topic, let me show you the messages inside the topic. I'll go to the data. All the messages went to partition 0, but still we have two more partition 1 and partition 2. But why all the messages is going to partition 0? That is not in our hand. That will be taken care by zookeeper and coordinator. Okay, now we are playing with the very less messages, so all the messages is going to a single partition. Now let's say I want to push 1000 of row in single shot from the producer, then maybe the 1000 row could be distributed to different partition. Okay, this what we understand from the theoretically. Now let's prove it. What I will do, I will send a bulk file CSV data through the Kafka and we'll see whether the data is being passed to the different partition or not. So for that what I can do, I will cancel the producer. Okay, let it be. My consumer is keep listening. I'm not sending anything from the producer, that is fine, you won't find anything. But once I will start publishing the message, will keep my consumer will keep listening to it. So what I want to do, I want to publish a bulk messages. So what I have done, in my download section, I have downloaded a user.csv file. If I'll open this, it's loading. If you'll observe here, the total number of row present inside this CSV file is 1000. Okay, this is 999 and this is 1000. Including the header, it is 1001. Okay, so I want to push this particular messages from the Kafka producer. I want to push this user.csv file. How we can do that? That is very simple. So you can simply define the path of your file. It is there in my download folder. So I just need a path of my download folder. So what I can do, I'll just take the path of it, pwd, close it. I want to send the entire users.csv file from my producer. Just enter it. Can you see here? If I'll zoom my consumer, we can see all the 1000 messages in my consumer section. It means the CSV file, the bulk CSV file is being loaded to my topic. Can you see here? All the messages including the header, we can able to see the total number of row. Total number of row is 1001. So let's verify it in our offset explorer. Now we are seeing only the 5 messages. I didn't refresh it. Let me refresh it. Can you see here? There are so many messages. See, these are the CSV data. ID, first name, last name, email, and this is the IP address. That is what we have there in our CSV file. Okay. Now, all messages went to single partition or different partition. Let's verify it. Partition 0, the data. Okay. Now let's go to the partition 1. It didn't receive any data. The count is 0. Partition 2 also didn't receive anything. Okay, so all the messages went to the partition 0, but that is not always the same behavior. What we can verify, I will send it again, or I have another file called customers.csv. Okay, it is not there. Let me send the same users.csv. Fine, all the messages again being sent here. How we can verify? Let me go to the topic. Fine. Now if you will see in the partition 0, the total number of record received by partition 0 is 1546. So first we published 5 messages, then we published 1000 messages, then again we publish next 1000 messages. So partition 0 all total received 1546 messages. Now if you open the partition 1, it receives 46 messages. Okay, partition 2 didn't receive anything. So whoever partition will get the messages is not in our hand. This will be handled by the zookeeper or coordinator. Okay. Now partition 0 and partition 1 have the messages. So don't worry, we'll demonstrate this behavior from our application once we'll create the producer app and consumer app. This is what we are just trying to understand the behavior of partition and distributing the messages to multiple partition through the command line interface. Okay. So I believe we are very clear about the producer consumer workflow, and we have discussed everything what we have covered in this particular slide. We have started the zookeeper, we created the Kafka server, we create the topic, define the partition, and also we understand how the load is getting distributed to the partition, how the offset is being assigned, how the message is being published from producer to the topic, from the topic to the consumer. The entire workflow we have covered just now. Okay. The next, whatever we have discussed, everything on open source Apache Kafka. Now the next, I will walk you through a small steps how you can play with the Confluent Kafka. Okay, so which is the community edition we have installed or we have downloaded yesterday, right? So if you'll go to the desktop, if you'll go to the downloads software, we have this Confluent, right? Confluent Kafka. Now to start this Confluent Kafka, you need to stop the open source Apache Kafka, because the Zookeeper server and Kafka server both are using the same port. The configuration is same, right? So you need to stop them first. What I'll do, I'll stop everything. Control C, I stop my producer, I stop my consumer, which I ran in open source Apache Kafka. Then I need to stop this Kafka server. Then I need to stop my Zookeeper. Where it is? This guy? Yeah, just stop it. Fine. So I'll clear everything. Anyway, I need to close this particular terminal because we want to play with the Confluent Kafka now. So what you can do, go inside this folder, just open a new terminal at folder. Everything is same. Each and every command is same. Only you need to give the different path of your config. Okay. So what I mean, I'll show you. We'll follow the same. First we'll start the Zookeeper, then we'll start the Kafka server, then we'll create the topic by defining the partition, then we'll see the messages. So for that, what I can do, I will just go to the folder and I will open a terminal, new terminal. Let me open a couple of terminal. Okay, fine. I have created 4 terminal. Now first let me start the bootstrap server. Sorry, Zookeeper, right? So to start the Zookeeper, I will run the same command. See here, this is what we have ran in. Let me zoom this for you. The same command we have ran for open source Apache Kafka. Only thing you need to define, instead of this config, you need to give the actual path of your zookeeper.properties file. So if you check here, the zookeeper.properties file is inside etc Kafka and then the property file, right? So you need to give that path. Instead of config, just change it to the, it is inside etc hyphen Kafka and zookeeper.properties. Just run it. Okay. So I'm already there inside bin. No, right? Okay. So what I'll do, I'll clear it. Let me copy the command. Okay. I've already documented the command. So let me run this particular command. I mean, see here the command is same. I'll zoom this for you. Only we are changing the path of your config properties. Okay, zookeeper.properties. So let's see what is the mistake we are doing. Great. I've run the same command. There is no change. Okay. Now all good. Zookeeper server is up and running. Now what is the next step? We need to start the Kafka server. So to start the Kafka server, the command is same here. See, bin slash Kafka hyphen server start. Only we are changing the path of server.properties. Just copy this, open a new terminal, just run it. Cool, it started the Kafka server. Now we need to create a topic. So what I will do, I will copy the same command. I mean the same command you can use which we used in open source Apache Kafka to create the topic. Only the Zookeeper and Kafka server changes to this particular config path. Rest all are same because on top of bootstrap or on top of your broker you are creating the topic. So what I'll do, let's copy the same command. Anyway, it is same, right? Just copy this, go to the terminal, any terminal, just run it. We're creating the topic with name new topic 1. Okay, all good. we are able to create the topic. Now if I list down all the topic, just see the command. See, already I explained in open source Apache Kafka purpose of each word, right? So I'm using the same again for the Confluent Kafka. So let's run it. I just want to describe the topic. I mean, I just want to list out all the topics available in this 9092. Can you see here? New topic 1. We're able to see this JavaTechie topic and JavaTechie topic 1 as well, because they both are using the same 9092 and host. I mean, earlier where it started my open source Apache Kafka and this Confluent Kafka, they are using the same configuration. Okay, so that is the reason you can able to see. But don't focus on that. Can you see the topic which we just created? New topic 1. Cool. Now, if you want, you can describe your new topic. Again, the command is same. Let me copy this and go to the terminal, run it. Okay, I did a mistake. Control C. I just want to describe it. Can you see here? There is a one replication factor and we have defined the 3 partition. We can able to see that. Okay, all cool. Now let's start a producer message. I mean producer application and consumer application. Then just publish a message to visualize whether we are able to push the messages in Confluent Kafka or not. Okay, so I'll just copy this command to start a producer. Go to the terminal. I mean I can use the same, right? I can use this command K. Now meanwhile I need to start a consumer. I don't want to read it from the beginning. I want to read it because we have not sent anything, right? Now I will go to the new terminal. This one. This will my consumer now. This is my producer. Cool. Just run it. Both are pointing to the same topic. He will publish to the topic 1. I mean this is the producer will publish to the topic 1. Consumer will read from the topic 1. I'll send something. Welcome to JavaTechie, or I'll open my postman. I'll take any payload. I'll send in the form of JSON. Okay, I mean JSON string. You can send any type of data. Okay, so let's open it. I'll take something. Let me take this. Okay, I'm sending some JSON string. Fine. Some random messages. Can you see here? Now, if we'll verify, we have sent 3 messages to this particular topic, right? If we'll go and check, the topic is not listed here. I need to refresh it. Refresh the topic. Can you see here? We can able to see our new topic and we have 3 partitions 0, 1, 2, 0, 1 and 2. Okay. Go to this new topic 1. Run it. Can you see here? All the messages. I mean, whatever the messages we send in the JSON string, each line is published as a individual messages. So this is not the way we can send the JSON. To just show you that we can able to communicate producer and consumer, I am randomly copy paste the JSON string and I am sending it. Okay. So now what I'll do, total number of messages is 9. The offset count is reached up to 8. Okay, and all messages went to the partition 0. 1 and 2 is empty, right? So what I'll do, I'll publish, I mean we can give a try to publish a bulk messages to see whether in Confluent Kafka the load is being distributed to multiple partition or not. Okay, so I'll just copy this. I need a new, okay, I can use the same producer. topic 1, and then I need the location of my download, right? Because that is where my file is present. So cd come out, this is right, close it, users.csv, just enter it. Can you see here? It sent all the rows. Now we'll verify whether 1000 row went to the topic 1 in Confluent Kafka or not. Let me refresh this topic. Now if you'll run it, you can see so many messages. Now, did you observe one thing? Some messages went to the partition 1, some messages went to the partition 2, some messages went to the partition 0. Now if you see in the partition 0, total 9 messages received to the partition 0, 1 received 925. Now rest 75 will be there in the partition 2. All good, 76. Okay, the messages will, or the events will be distributed to the number of partitions. Okay, again we can't guarantee who will get the more messages or who will get the less messages. That will be again managed by the coordinator. Okay, and this behavior is also same in the open source Apache Kafka. Only few of the utility you will find in the Confluent Kafka. Okay, now in my all the upcoming videos I will use the open source Apache Kafka, but if you are familiar now about the Confluent Kafka of community edition, I mean I already show you, right, how we can play with each component in open source Apache Kafka and Confluent Kafka. Now it is up to you. When we are doing any program using the open source Apache Kafka, if you want, you can give a try with this Confluent Kafka as well. Okay, now in my next tutorial I will show you whether do we need really zookeepers to start a Kafka, or without zookeeper also we can play with the Kafka. Okay, do let me know in a comment section if you guys have any doubts.